Welcome to you, my name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. Today's video is me commenting on all of the bags that everybody is talking about, and everybody is you guys. I put a question poll on my Instagram story saying, what are you interested in? What do you want to know my thoughts about? Because I don't really do reviews on new releases and things that I'm not interested in. And the bags that you sent through, it's either you're intrigued, you want to know what I think about them, i.e. the Ro Margot bag or the crazy Coach craze of the Coach Empire carry-all bag and many others. Or you want to hear me roast them. I don't know guys, like why do you care? Why do you even care? Anyway, I have a whole bunch. I've got pages and pages of screenshots of bags that you want to know what I think of, because I haven't commented on them before. Hopefully you will find this somewhat interesting, and if you don't, apologies in advance. Now, these are not bags that, how do I say this? I think that you know that these are not bags that I would be interested in. I think you know that, but you might be surprised. So let's kick it off. Okay, the first one comes from Louis Vuitton, and it's the Go 14, but Connor has called it the Go 20. And I thought, hold on a second, I'm a little bit behind the times, but have I missed something? What's the Go 20? And he said, oh, it's the Go 14. So the Go 14, let's have a look at this bag. Now, when it first came out, to me, it looked very bulky, like a club lounge. And I learned about it mostly through our good friend here on the YouTube, Steph from Handbagholic, who actually purchased one of the original drops of the Go 14 in the beautiful kind of tobacco, yeah, I'd say it's a tobacco coloured, like, tan leather, and she did so because it reminded her of her grandfather, and I thought, well, that's pretty sweet. And that year, last year, I was in the UK and Paris, and I got to see that bag up close and personal in the large size and the Pico size. Now, Meredith's bought the Pico size in Paris, and it does look cute on crossbody, but it's doesn't fit anything in it, right? And it's a lot of money for a bag that doesn't fit anything. Like, yes, I have Pico bags and I have Nano bags and they don't fit anything in them, but they were not close to the price of this bag, right? So then recently Louis Vuitton brought in kind of a medium size, and I included it in one of my vlogs when I went to the Louis Vuitton trunk show here in Brisbane. And it was in this beautiful kind of steel blue colour with silver hardware. And I went, okay, this is the first time where I have entertained the idea of possibly, maybe, in some kind of future version, this bag could be something that I love. I do love the magnetic latch. I do love the super puffy malletage styled quilts. And in the medium size, I think the proportions are good for shoulder, crossbody, or, you know, handheld. The price, it's like the Kusan bag, and hear me out here. The Kusan bag, I always kind of liked it, but the price always put me off. I'm like, I don't like it enough to pay that much for it. Yet when I love something, price is the last thing that I kind of think of. I can justify it in a bunch of other ways, and price doesn't come into it. So do I think I would be buying a Go 14? At this stage, no. Am I warming to it? Yes. I do like this new size. Is it just a matter of the right combination of colour, texture, hardware colour coming out? I don't know. I'm not 100% positive that it will ever make its way into my closet, but I respect it. I respect this bag. Okay, the Dior saddle. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan for a number of reasons. One, anything remotely sporty, equestrian, kind of flies in the face of who I am and how I dress. So I don't feel like it's a bag style that really aligns itself to me and my interests. The other thing about the saddle is that even though it's kind of, you know, organic in its shape, it's still quite structured. I do like structured bags, but I like them to have a bit of the ability to slouch, and the Dior saddle doesn't do that. Now that they've brought out the longer crossbody strap, I thought, oh, maybe I might be interested. I don't like how it sits crossbody. It looks weird, especially with the top handle still attached. I have tried, trust me, to love that bag. I've tried to love many bags from Dior because I just don't. And why do I try and love them? Well, before the whole scandal and everything happened, I loved the allure of Dior. I love a lot of Dior ready to wear. But in terms of bags, I just find the contrast between, say, the Lady Dior and the saddle, like they don't seem like they even come from the same house, to be fair. I know they're from different times, but they just don't seem to be even from the same house. They're just worlds apart. And it shouldn't be so hard to fall in love with something. And when I say fall in love, obviously I know the objects, right? And it's not love per se, but it's hard. I'm forcing myself because why? Maybe it's a bit of FOMO. Maybe I think I should love Dior like everybody else does, but I don't. The Hermes Mini Kelly. What do I think of it? You know, it was the first bag that popped into my brain when I was in the Hermes flagship store in Paris last year with Meredith, and I was surprised when the sales associate said, what was I interested in? And my first thought was, well, I don't really like Hermes bags, so which bag could I likely flip the quickest and for the most profit? It would have to be an Hermes Mini Kelly, right? Do I like the bag? Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. The more pictures that I see, particularly the ones in Chev leather, they are really beautiful, and the little jewels that are made in like shiny crocodile and alligator, they are really quite beautiful. I would wear them as a handheld bag. I know that you can have the strap elongated so that you can wear it crossbody if you're not, you know, teeny tiny petite, but it does take, you know, up to a year or so for that process to happen. If I was offered one, would I take it? I don't know. I feel like there's other things that I might prefer to be offered. I do think they're cute, but I also think they're quite limited in how you wear them. Like it's your whole outfit, or you put, when people style the Mini Kelly, it feels like they kind of hold it out in front of them, like look at my bag, as opposed to look at my whole outfit, if that makes sense. So I feel like, you know, that tag that went around years ago, is the Birkin a status symbol? I feel like the Mini Kelly is probably the right bag to insert instead of Birkin, because it's harder to get, it's higher resale, and it's, you know, ridiculous, right? And it's all about that bag. People carry it differently. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. Like, it's cute, but like to me it's cute. Bottega Veneta, that under new direction have released the Andiamo bag, and it comes in a number of different kind of styles. It comes in an intrecciato, and it also comes in like a calf skin, which is a little bit more kind of saggy. I have to say the calf skin style is really, it's quite beautiful for a neutral bag with the woven shoulder strap and the little belt across the front. I think that's pretty cool. Then there's one in a messenger style that has like the smooth calfskin flap over the top of the intrecciato weave, which is unique and cool. There's a flat version, Oh, it comes in like a khaki colour. That's kind of cool. That's kind of edgy for, you know, say a work bag. Then you have the clutch. Now the clutch has gone wild. I don't get it. I don't get why the clutch is such a thing. It's cute, but like I don't think it's, you know, award winning. I love the Intricciato weave. I'm still to find a beautiful piece for me from Bottega. Now the Intricciato weave bags I do really adore. I think they're beautiful. I wonder why they make the handle so small though, I have to say. It really surprises me. Like the handle should be something that you can really, you know, put onto the crook of your arm and be quite versatile, but they're such little handles that implies that you have to wear it handheld all the time. Yeah, look, it hasn't won me over, I have to say. I think it's lovely. Am I going to spend my money on it? No, I'm not. I got really close with the sardine and then other things came up. Stay tuned because I'm going to get to the Margot. I promise. I promise. The next one is the Hermes Blue Jean Birkin, the re-edition, I suppose, of the blue jean colour. What do I think of it? I love it. I love it. And truth be told, it might be on my list of things that I might, should I get the opportunity in Paris to grab a lottery leather appointment, that I would be very interested in asking for a bag in this colour. I think that this colour is, look, I don't think it's as nice as the original blue jean, which is a little bit brighter, I think. The thing that I have learned from the original blue jean is how beautifully, especially the Togo leather, kind of relaxes, and how good it looks in that colorway because it's like a pair of comfy jeans, right? And so if I was looking for a bag, my good friend Eileen, who I'm going to Paris with, she has a 35 in the original that she bought pre-loved for a steal of a price, and it's just gorgeous, and it's actually not that big. People make a big deal about how big the 35 is. I don't think it is. Yeah, it's a little on the heavy side, but big bags are, so you just kind of get over it, right? I think I could do that bag in a 35 or a 30. I wouldn't go a 25. I just don't think it's a Birkin in a 25. Controversial. And probably a 28 Kelly in the Retin-A, like the more relaxed version. I feel like that would be a vibe as well. Yes. So yes, I'm on board with that. I'm quietly manifesting. I don't want to make a big deal about it because if I get my heart set on it and it doesn't happen, I'd be disappointed. So I'd prefer that it's like, oh my God, look what happened. Like, that is crazy. Who would have thought? On the Kelly front, the next one is Kelly 25. Kelly 25, like the Birkin 25, I feel like, yeah, it's not a size that I equate to like the edgy coolness. I think it reminds me of a lot of the Chanel like mini bags, in that they seem to align to a particular aesthetic or a particular type of person, and I don't fit that bill. I don't fit into that kind of shape or size. I like a bag that is going to work in terms of function, but also shape and the ability to create a personality. And what I've found from my mini bags is they're much more structured, and their ability to age and slouch and kind of, you know, create their own personalities is quite minimal. The larger size bags, so a Kelly 28 for example, or a 32, is that the next size up? Because of their size and therefore their weight, they tend to kind of just create a shape that's unique to them, particularly in the Retin-A, not so much in the Cellier, which I'm not interested in either, by the way. That's my preference, right? Something that's done but undone. In saying that though, if I was looking for a little evening bag, a beautiful alternative to the mini Kelly would be a Kelly 25 Cellier. On that basis, I would consider that bag, but it would have to be in some kind of you know, beautiful finish leather and colour. And I think I could do it, but it's a lot of money just for an occasion bag, right? In saying that though, look who's talking. The Gucci Jackie bag. This is going to sound very dismissive, but no. No, it's too retro looking for me. I like vintage that looks like it could be worn today. I think that bag has a date stamp on it. In my mind it does. And it's just not one that really works. Yeah, the Jackie, it's just, and the colours it comes in, it's very classic. It's very of a time. I feel like it's going to have a moment and then it's going to be gone. And for someone that, yeah, I don't buy classics, but I do think that I buy bags that aren't obvious of a time because they're so out there. That one, I just think that's going to date, and it already looks dated. So it's a no. The next one is Chanel tweed bags. Look, there's some very cutesy girly Chanel tweed bags, and I'm not about those. I think that's just overkill. I think that is good marketing. I think that is, don't buy a jacket, buy this bag. It's the same thing. You can have a part of Chanel heritage if you want. Saying that, my very first bag from Chanel has tweed patches on it. Which is really interesting, but it's not what you think of when you think of a Chanel tweed bag. It's not a girly, pretty Chanel tweed bag. It's a very functional, we call it the Franken bag on this channel, Chanel tweed bag. It's quite dark and a bit gothic, emo-y looking, really. I think that Chanel has an opportunity to really play with shapes and to really think about, you know, who they're appealing to in the market. At the moment, it feels like they're appealing to 18 to 25-year-old girls who love pink and pastels. The people who are not really their target audience, but yet who feature in their ads and catwalks. It's kind of odd. I think that there's a massive opportunity for Chanel to re-engage tweed in a really sophisticated, edgy and modern way for the women who are doing the work and buying the bags. And that's all I'll say about that. The Loewe squeeze, Amelia Rose's closet says, I'm starting to love it. No, the Loewe squeeze, everybody talks about the beautiful, like puddly, soft leather. The fact that you can wear different models on the shoulder, on the arm, or crossbody. To me, that bag just reminds me of something. Some part of the anatomy that also ends in bag. And I don't get it. I don't get any Loewe bags, to be fair. I don't like any of them. The puzzle is just too geometric for me. I'm not a fan of the puzzle. I'm not a fan of that little flamenco pouchy squishy thing that looks like a seashell. I don't like their basket bags. I think they're really impractical, but they, you know, okay, they hold things. Yeah. Sorry, Amelia, I'm not with you. I think there are better bags that hold lots of stuff. I do. Which segues to the next question, which is the Carryall MM. Well, I just happen to have one here. Like, this is a hobo style bag. It's stuffed at the moment, but it carries on the shoulder and crossbody. And I just think it looks way more modern. It's not trying to be something from another era. It's something for today. And this is from Louis Vuitton, if you're not familiar. And they're starting to bring it out in different leathers now and different colours. And this one will fit your MacBook Pro in it. So, like, it is a really awesome bag. And I think that as big bags start to come in, this bag will increase in popularity. And Louis Vuitton are bringing it out in like smooth leathers and really soft leathers, and the millesime leather. So if you don't like this kind of massive monogram, then you can find something in this shape that's really going to work for you, that's a little bit kind of under the radar. So yes, the Carryall definitely still is in my good books. Highly recommend. The Balenciaga Rodeo in the medium size. Debbie, you know, I have seen this bag around, and I went onto the Balenciaga website, and I have to say, I think this bag is super sexy. It would be of no surprise to you that the fact that it is made to look relaxed, that it's kind of has this kind of half open, like it's a open Kelly / Fendi peekaboo, but it's already been worn in for you. You don't have to do the hard work. I don't love the colours it's coming in. I think they need to work on some unique colourways because it's all pretty neutral at the moment. Come on, Bottega, you can do better. Oh, not Bottega. Come on, Balenciaga, you can do better than that. I like it. I really like it. I mean, I've got a few big bags now in my collection, so it's probably not something I think I see myself buying, but I really like it. I think it's super edgy. It looks great on the models. Yeah, I like it. So the next brand is Miu Miu. Anything Miu Miu, and then more specifically the Miu Miu woven pieces or raffia pieces. Miu Miu is a brand that I always glimpse at and I walk past without a care in the world, without thinking like I missed out on anything. They really don't appeal to me in terms of their ready-to-wear, in terms of their bags. I used to love that really beautiful bejeweled one. I cannot remember what the name of that was. I used to love that, and I bought one and I sent it back straight away. I was like, oh no, this is not for me. I'm not a fan of their shoes either, I have to say. I think they're just a bit much. They're just a bit overdone. They're kind of like so the opposite of Prada. It's not funny. I liked the woven kind of carry-all little basket bag, but not enough to buy it. I think it's nice to see new, well, not new brands, but brands that we don't speak about so much. I like to see what they do. But like Bottega, it is a brand that I often just walk past without a care. It's not one that I prioritise at all. So I don't get it either. I think they're much more aimed at the younger market, people coming into luxury, particularly coming off the back of the late 90s, early 2000s trends, the Paris Hilton and the Nicole Richie and the Kim Kardashian. Like, that's where they're aimed at, and I'm sure they're doing well because otherwise they wouldn't still be here, right? The OG baguette in the classic print, and by this one I clarified, it's the Zucca print kind of mama baguette style. No. I know they're popular. I think they're popular because they're cheap, and it's a really good entry to luxury, to Fendi. It's nothing like the bags that Fendi make now and that's not a good thing. I think if you experience buying Fendi today versus like those bags in particular, and don't get me wrong, I have picked up some beautiful vintage pieces, but those I just think they're gonna come and go really quickly. So if you can get your hands on one for super cheap and you love it and it's gonna rock your world for a bit and you're happy that it's gonna be worth nothing when you're done with it, so be it. But for me, I just think they're too trendy. It reminds me of when, I was at school and people walked around with all the same outfits on. I'm so beyond that now. I don't want to look like anybody else. I don't want to be the low-slung jeans, Doc Martens and a little singlet with my belly button showing. I mean, imagine me doing that now. Yuck, that would not be a vibe. But that's something that you do when you're much younger and you don't know who you are. I think that when you really care about fashion and your personal style, you're less inclined to kind of follow those trends. And that's what they are. It's oddly kind of the vintage Fendi baguette trend, but there's other vintage Fendi baguettes that are way more interesting, unique and desirable than that one, in my opinion. The Louis Vuitton Neverfalls, the inside out Neverfalls. Now, this one is an interesting one. The Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM upside down canvas. Look, MM size is not for me, I've decided. GM size is definitely for me. I have an MM World Tour and I'm not a huge fan of it. I like the fact that they're more obviously inside out. I believe that they've always been inside out designed, but we've just never used them that way. So now that they have a shoulder strap, that changes things a little bit. Still in the MM size, I'm going to say no, but I do like the fact that you get these options. I mean, knowing the Neverfull as I do though, it does look like it's inside out, which is not cool. I mean, it's just a matter of getting used to it, isn't it? If I was going to pick a colour that I liked, which one would it be? Pink, blue, red, saffron. I don't know. I think maybe the I don't think I'd pick one, to be honest. Maybe the bluey one. Yeah, I'll go with the blue. Before we get to the GM, let's just have a look at the BB upside down, and that has that's pretty cute because it has the little pouch that kind of just hangs over the handle, and it also has the strap, and it comes in leather as well. Look, it's cute, but I think it's dinky. It's clumsy, this one. This one is not my favourite. No. No. And that price, oh my God. My favourite of these though, as I said, the Neverfull GM is my favourite. And in these inside out ones, I actually really love this stamped version of it. I think it gives it a lived in look. The colours seem more, what do you call that? It's more demure. It's more mindful. And the stamps inside, this looks less gimmicky than the recent, you know, the travel collection that had all the painted stamps on it, I think. This one actually looks more legit and less, I don't know, what do you call it, made up. I like this. I do, and I like it with that big shoulder strap because I carry my GM mainly for travel. It's usually, well, it's right here. Let me show you. It's currently sitting on top of my Horizon suitcase. So to have the shoulder strap means that if I wasn't carrying my, if I didn't have my rollerboard luggage and it was too heavy to kind of hold in my hand or in the crook of my arm, I could put that thick shoulder strap over my shoulder and still be hands-free. So I do really like that idea. So if there was one that I loved, it would be this one. And I do think that wearing it inside out would actually look pretty cool on this one as opposed to all of the others. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Neverfull GM inside out. I am going to Paris and I am going to Louis Vuitton and it could be a vibe. More then we're going to talk about Coach and the Row. The Diane bag from Louis Vuitton, speaking of trends, it's very much in this space, particularly the bi-colour one. Sorry if this is going to break any hearts, but just know I don't like the corner reinforcing. I don't like the buckle closure. I don't like the shape of it. I think it hasn't decided whether it's from today or from yesteryear. Like, I feel like my grandmother could carry that bag and it would look fine. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't scream to me that it's an it bag for today. And therefore, you know, I don't think it's got any staying power. I would leave it at Louis Vuitton. The Coach Square Tabby, the Coach Carryall Empire, Coach in general. Guys, are you just asking me this because you know what I'm going to say? The Square Empire, it's cool except for that big golden C on it. I like the kind of interesting quilting, if you can call it that. The Times Square Tabby Shoulder 17. Again, it looks like an old bag, and it is. It's a revival of a 70s design. So no, I don't like things that don't look like they're from today, if that makes sense, or they're wearable today. I don't like things that have a date stamp on them, if I can put it in that perspective. The Coach Carryall Empire. There's a lot of people talking about this. What can I say about it? When I look at it compared to the next bag that you have asked me to talk about, which is the Row Margot, I can see why people are crazy about it, because for 995 Australian dollars you can get a bag that looks like the Row Margot. That's what I think the hype is about this bag. I don't think there's anything particularly alluring about it. You know, if you look at the model's face, that's how I feel about it. I think it's interesting that this bag has been released from Coach in the height of the Row Margot bag craziness. What do I think of it independently as a design? Looks a bit like a bowler bag to me. Yep, you can wear it crossbody. It's very versatile. It's quite roomy. It does have that center compartment. It would be better if it didn't have that. Then you could do a lot more with it in terms of, you know, what you can carry. It's a bit... Oh, that was a nice coincidence, wasn't it? Now, there's one question about pre-loved versus new, which I think is a totally separate video, so I'm going to leave that for another time. And the final question, the one that if you've stayed here till now, good for you. It's the Row Margot. There's the soft Margot, there's the east-west, there's the north-south. There is the 15, there's the 17, there's the 12. There... should I go on? It's just a big old bowler looking bag. That's what it is. Sure, the leather might be really beautiful. Sure, it's quite luxury. Is the silhouette unique? Like, it's very similar to the Alma, the Bolide. You know, I feel like, no, it's not unique. Are the prices unique? Yeah, $5,890 USD for a Soft Margot 17 bag in leather. Yeah, I'd say they're fairly unique. I don't buy into all this neutral, like understated, because of the you know piece. That's what makes it stylish. Because it's still a trend. It's just that whoever's in on the trend and out on the trend is more obvious, because you wouldn't blink twice. But I feel like if we extract ourselves from the luxury bubble for just a minute, most people have no idea what we're wearing, and they don't care. Only we know. So then there's like this inner crowd that know about the Row Margot bag, and the ones that don't. And in the scheme of the whole thing, does it matter? No. Not really. Does any of it matter? No, not really. Is there a reason I haven't talked about this bag? Yes, because I'm not interested in it. I don't see the appeal of it. And it is true, I have said that of other bags in the past, especially the Hermes Birkin. I just bring it down for you. But when I was thinking about the Hermes Birkin, I was not thinking about a bag like this. I was thinking about a taupe and asphalt, is it? And gris something or other, and cray, and it's the same as these bags. All of those very neutral, understated bags that have nothing remotely familiar with my personal style. I was not thinking that anything like this even existed. I wasn't, and that's what changed my mind. So I guess what I'm saying is, anything could happen if the right combination comes along, and I might wake up and go, oh my God, I had no idea. But at the moment, that is not what I'm thinking. At the moment, would I buy any of these? No. Can I appreciate some of them? Absolutely. But I think I'm very relieved that they don't float my boat and I'm not chasing after the latest thing. In fact, there's not a lot in boutique at the moment that I'm chasing after. Not a lot at all. Most of the things I've bought this year have been pre-loved, and that will be another video. So hit the subscribe button so that when that video gets popped up, you get to see it. Tell me what you think of these bags, and do you agree or disagree with any of my commentary or my views? I'd love to know in the comment section down below. And give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. It really helps the algorithm and sends this video to other people who may be interested in hearing me babble on about luxury handbags, because it's a small crowd of us, you know, that really love this stuff. So thanks for your contributions to this topic on Instagram. Go follow me over there at Dales_addiction if you'd like to contribute to future videos through polls and questions. I'd really love to see you over there as well. Until next time, ciao.